Oh yeah, it's your boy Moolah. So we got that family back with another one. Uh, the Clippers are down 0-2 to Dallas Mavericks, and they saying Ty Lue sending a warning to the Mavericks on ahead of Game 3 in Dallas. What? Man, I don't think you should talk no more, Ty. But whatever. Let's see what he say.
Face a virtual must-win as the series shifts to Dallas on Friday. However,
Yeah,
for
must
better
win.
or worse,
Should have
LA
won
is still
last game.
confident they'll get the job done, with Ty Lue telling reporters he wasn't concerned at all. Lue continued,
at all,
"We
huh?
got to win 4 games, and you come onto the opposing team's floor and you play. There's no pressure on you to make shots because you're just trying to come in and steal 1 game or 2 games. Now they got to go home and try to keep up the same shooting. It's easy to come on the road and do that when there is no pressure." So, Shannon, did you like that he said this, and what do you expect in Game 3?
I don't like it.
Skip, I expected him to say this, but I don't believe it. I don't know if he believes himself, Skip. They came in your building, and you said you rested, you wanted to be healthy. You're fully healthy. There's nobody out. You have Surge back. You have all your guys playing on all
the pieces.
And they've come into your building and done this.
Yes.
So I get what he's saying. But I remember hearing something similar last year. Skip, they was up 3-1. And then all of a sudden it was 3-2. Oh, we ain't got nothing. Paul George, we ain't got no pressure.
No
they still
pressure.
got to win. And then it was 3-3. Ain't no pressure on us. Hey,
Ain't
they got
no
to win
pressure.
more. They got to win 1 more game. And we're in our building. And guess what?
They lost
3 straight. Now they've lost 5 straight ball games when seemingly wasn't no pressure on them. They didn't have anything to lose. Yes, you do. You know why? Because you're talking about, you're one of the 3 or 4 teams that all year, Skip, that says this team have a chance to win a championship. Nobody talked about the Mavericks winning the championship.
Nobody.
Let's go back and look at the odds makers, what Fox Bet said and what some of these other gaming houses said the odds were for the Mavericks. And let's see what the Clippers were. All the pressure is on the Clippers. You're supposed to have the 2 best players on the court all the time. And Luka Doncic is the best player on the court thus far in this series. And if you can't get him under wraps, you're not going to be able to beat the Dallas Mavericks. So I don't have a problem with what Ty Lue said. He has to send that confidence, Skip. He's the leader of the team.
Scared.
And you don't want to like, man, yeah, we got our work cut out for it because right now we don't. Whatever we seem to be doing is not working. No, I want to show a strength. We ain't worried. Hey, they still got to win 4 games.
So if he be starting from line, are you selling the dream to your players and then they line?
We still have Paul George. We still have a great team. Our mindset is in the right place. I love him saying all that. But do you think, after what you saw these first 2 games, he actually believed that? Absolutely not. Now, once upon a time, he was down 3-1, and he had a guy. But that was a guy.
Kyrie.
Hey, see, there you go. You ruined my story.
The guy who made the last shot that won the game.
I do not believe Ty Lue deep down inside, Skip, believes that he has nothing to worry about. He knows he has to worry because this team can smell blood. And Skip, the thing is, they believe they can beat them because of the way they played them last year, Skip. Minus Porzingis. And Luka was hobbled. That's the worst thing you could do with someone is give them the hope that they can beat you. Because now they play out of their mind.
Out of their mind.
Still using heat maps to understand your visitor's behavior?
18th in free throw shooting.
No, you mean the Mavericks.
I'm sorry, the Mavericks. Ranked 18th in three-point shooting. 15th in free throw
don't know what he's talking about.
And then 14th in field goal shooting.
See if they can shoot like that at home. Ain't no pressure on the road.
Basketball. Well, won't they revert to form at some point in the series? The odds are, yes, they will.
Well, if you're playing a defensive team, but your guys don't play defense, Skip. Your guys are reputation-based now.
Okay.
Kawhi is not the same defender.
Okay,
Neither is
remember,
Paul George.
the Mavericks have played mad in the first 2 games because they thought the Clippers disrespected them by tanking to get to them.
Yes.
Okay, now that's going to wear off a little bit. And now they're expected to win, and I'm sure that I
That's what happened. You want to tank, trying to set up stuff. And say we ain't do it on purpose.
Okay.
Ain't no pressure. Don't hit the red button. Okay.
But hey, they just
we ain't worried if they gonna shoot like that at home. And we down 0-2. Okay.
I told you, I didn't mind.
Keep playing with the boy Luke.
He's a career 33% 3-point shooter. I just it didn't bother me that much. What bothered me is that Tim Hardaway Jr. made 6 of 8 threes. That's a killer. What killed me was that Porzingis made 3 of 4 threes. What just
6 or 8.
shot me right in the heart was Klima took 2 threes and made them both. How can you beat that? That's 3 starters who made 11 of 15, and then the other starter,
That's cooking.
5 of 13 is Luka.
That's
well,
cooking.
that for him, he's shooting out of his mind, but that you can live with that because that's only like 38%, which
That's
is a little
cooking.
better than his 35 this year. But still, will those guys, will Porzingis and Hardaway shoot the ball like they did? I doubt it.
Can I ask you a question, Skip? What is in the history's Clipper? In the history of the Clippers, that says, you know what, we've been so mentally tough because you remember, Skip, they've been up 3-1 and lost the series on several occasions. So what is it?
And by the way, you remember that they won those first 3 games against Denver last year by double digits.
Yes.
They were just rocking and socking them. And it was hard to fathom that all of a sudden you can't find the basket after you won the first 3. Well, that can
Can't
happen.
find it.
Listen, the Dallas Mavericks with Luka at the helm have shown occasionally to be a little fragile psychologically.
Right.
They have.
Right.
Listen, Luka, if it starts to go wrong, he'll start to point fingers. His body language gets terrible. He hangs his head.
Body language for your guys was terrible last night,
Okay,
Skip.
well, I got it. But that was because it's their house, and they're shooting them in the heart in their own house.
But
Right in their house.
Do you know how lethal the three-point shot is?
Yes.
It's just psychologically devastating. And every time, I have a thing when I'm watching at home, when somebody launches one and it's a high degree of difficulty, I just say no. And every time they did one of those last night, no would swish. You know, I finally said, I can't
Swishy
say that anymore.
swish.
So when Lucas starts shooting in the second half, I'd say, that's good. And it wouldn't be good because he had a long, hard second half shooting threes. He wasn't nearly as devastating in the second half as he was in the first half.
But Skip, I think it's time for us to come to the conclusion, come to the realization that what you thought was going to be a strong suit of the Clippers, starting last year when they constructed this
All
team
right,
was
you
mental
could be right.
toughness.
We'll see.
Is we haven't seen that mental toughness, Skip, that you talked about and so many others talked about.
Chris talked about it. Chris Broussard
Yeah.
even more than I did. He
Yes.
says the Clippers have that dog in them. Now, that was with
Where is it?
Will
What happened to the
Montrez,
dog?
And they're gone.
They must be talking about Papillons or Chihuahuas or something like that.
Something that's
They ain't
standing
talking
gate
about- they ain't talking about
in
no
the
real
yard.
dog.
Bichons.
Yeah, I can't tell. Skip, but you keep telling me Luka is this, you know. But Skip, you got to get a man to credit. Go on and get Baby Bird. Just call him Baby Bird one
He's
time.
just
You'll
not.
feel
He
better.
can't shoot. So I checked this out. Larry Bird missed 4 free throws twice in 164 playoff games. Luka's played 8 playoff games so far. He's missed 4 or more, 5 out of the 8 games. He can't shoot free throws. He's disqualified. Sorry.
You do realize that when Larry Bird was Luka's age, he was at Indiana State.
Okay. Did he make free throws at Indiana State? You better
Yeah.
believe he
Skip,
did.
he did.
90%.
See, this man got his mama house. He played. There's one thing, you shooting free throws in a dorm. There's another thing to shoot free throws for a living.
Okay. I will bet you in game 3 that the home team Mavericks don't shoot better than 40% from 3. Last night they shot
53.
53%. I'll do. They won't go 40 or better.
They're gonna win.
Okay. Well,
Well,
you're
let-
probably right. The odds are they're going to win.
There ain't no odds.
Yeah.
And so,
Okay.
what about this, Skip? Have it ever dawned on you? I mean, when you're like laying in bed, you're like, man, I got to get up in a few hours. The Mavericks
3
might-
hours. I got to get up in 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mavericks might just be better than the Clippers.
Mm.
Did it dawn on you?
Man.
They're not better.
They just might be better.
They're having a hot shooting streak fueled by anger that the Clippers, quote unquote,
They
tanked to get them.
made
That's
it.
all that's
They
happened so
made
far.
this whole
And it might
scenario,
be
man.
that
Ty
will wear
Lue,
off. So I
it's your
want Ty
fault.
Lue
You
playing a
giving
little
out warnings.
gamesmanship to plant seeds of doubt in the Mavericks' minds of, hey, you ain't that good from 3.
So let me ask you something.
History would tell you, 72 games of history would say, you can't do that again.
So you're saying that's what you're hoping. You're not hoping that your guys can just beat them because you're better. You're hoping that they can't continue what they're doing.
Correct.
Do you believe Luka can continue what he's doing?
Sure, he'll do, as far as the final stats,
There you go.
yes.
So
he will get his 30 and 7 and 8. He'll get those. I will give you that. But that won't beat the Clippers unless Tim Hardaway makes 6 threes.
Them wide open
6.
threes will though.
Yeah, I agree.
Kill
Do
him.
it anymore.
Well, y'all have it, man. I don't know. I think Ty Lue lost his damn mind. Well, whatever. It's your boy Moolah. So we got that fire. We'll be back with another one.